This is the Week 4 matchup of the Philadelphia Eagles at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brought to you by Fantasy Football Time. Follow us at Fantasy FB Time on all social media platforms. Welcome to Week 4, Eagles and Bucks fans, making it to 2-1. Not bad start. I know Eagles probably had higher expectations, but hey, you survived. Going into New Orleans, coming out with a win in a low-scoring game, Jalen Hurts gets only 11 fantasy points, still gets 311 yards, no touchdowns, 1 interception. Saquon Barkley saves the day, 31 fantasy points, 2 scores, and a extra point conversion. A.J. Brown still out. DeVonta Smith fills in with 79 yards. Dallas Goedert, 22 fantasy points for the tight end receiver, 10 catches, 170 yards. Tampa Bay Buccaneers loses at home to Denver. Baker Mayfield only 9 fantasy points with 163 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Mike Evans gets dinged up, only 2 fantasy points. He did play the whole game, he just was shut down pretty good. Rachaad White, 6 fantasy points, not too much yardage. Chris Godwin shows up on the injury report. He had a good day, 14 fantasy points. He's been really clicking with Baker. And the surprise performance from Bucky Irving, running back behind Rachaad White, getting 10 fantasy points, which is higher than both Rachaad and Mike Evans. So that's why we put him on the board. Taking a look at the matchup, on the road, Philly is a 2-point favorite with a good over-under. Philly has Jalen Hurts forecasted at 22 points versus the Tampa Bay defense, which ranks low to quarterbacks, but they still have not allowed a passing TD. So they'll get the air yards, but they don't allow the scores, at least not yet. Saquon Barkley, running back, is going against a bottom of the league defense. Not like the bottom, but the bottom half. A.J. Brown, questionable. If he plays, he's forecasted for 13. DeVonta Smith, 12. Goedert, 7, but we'll see if he can go 22 again. I've yet to see a tight end go back-to-back this season, but we'll keep an eye out. They'll be facing the Tampa Bay defense, who held Washington to 20, held Detroit to 16, and Denver to 26. Maybe the word allowed 26 to Denver is the better way to say that. They had 2 sacks against Washington, 2 picks against Detroit, 1 fumble against Denver. So they do create some turnovers, but not in that many ways. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Baker Mayfield, 15 forecasted against the 12 fewest fantasy points allowed to quarterbacks. By the way, Baker Mayfield in Yahoo Sports Leagues is ranked, I think, number 7 overall, right behind Sam Darnold. Go figure. Mike Evans showed up on the injury report, has not been very effective outside of, I think, the first game he had some good stats. 10 points forecasted. The Eagles allowed the 3rd most fantasy points to receivers, so if he can go, this should be a good pickup game for Mike Evans. Rachaad White going against the 12th fewest fantasy points to running backs, so more like the the upper half, but not the top tier defense against running backs. Godwin with 11 points forecasted. Again, should be a good day for the receivers. The Philadelphia defense allowed 29 to Green Bay. We remember that Friday night football game. But they have since held Atlanta to 22, and at New Orleans, only 12 points. So they are locking things down better. Tampa Bay is going to have to earn it. They have also created 4 sacks, 2 picks, no fumbles, so not huge in the turnover department, but certainly Tampa Bay is going to have to put some points on the board. Thanks so much for watching. Follow and subscribe at Fantasy FB Time. Welcome to Week 4. God bless.